While the animated intro for Sonic Dream Team is pleasant, is it just me or does the music featured sound similar to the jungle level from the first Sonic Game Gear game? See what I mean? Or is it just me? Oh well. I tried playing Sonic Dream Team initially on my iPhone. It's an Apple Arcade game currently, and a convenient free trial was good enough a reason to try it out. I quickly backed out of playing it though, as the phone controls just weren't doing it for me. Maybe it was the imprecision of screen tabs combined with fingers obscuring the screen, but I very much found Sonic Dream Team to be comparable to the developer's other projects like Sonic Dash and Sonic Jump, which Dream Team also sports similar enough visuals regarding graphical presentation. Things changed when I decided to give it another go and play it on my Mac. I paired my PS5 controller, gave the game another shot, and the difference was suddenly monumental. So much so that I can't even begin to imagine anyone trying to play the later levels of Dream Team on a phone. More about that in a bit. To give a quick summary about my exposure to Sonic the Hedgehog media, well, it's a lot. If there's one franchise that I would consider to be my favorite of all time, it would be Sonic the Hedgehog. I've played close to, if not all games in what seems to be an endless possibilities catalog, and most of the games to this day remain undefeatable. They reach for the stars, and they all show us how to live and learn. Alright, I'll stop. In recent years, Sonic Frontiers, including the Final Horizon, had some hiccups, but otherwise was an excellent, unforgettable experience. Sonic Superstars was utterly polarizing. The aesthetic and levels were a joy, and every boss fight was atrocious. It's a hot and cold feeling I haven't really felt since 2008's Sonic Unleashed regarding overall feel. So, Sonic Dream Team in the mix now of these recent entries, excluding the very charming April Fool's Day game, kinda fits right in the middle between Frontiers and Superstars. The level selection here is minuscule compared to others, but given the brisk pace of the missions you need to tackle, combined with the overall purpose of being something you in theory would need to play every now and then, does work. There's a level that looks like it belonged in Fall Guys, or more of a deep cut here, a DZ Discovery Zone. There's a level that felt similar to 2013's Sonic Lost World, and the other two levels feel like lost levels from something like Sonic Heroes or Shadow the Hedgehog. It's not much to go off of if you haven't played those, but they're all ultimately spacious levels with plenty of options regarding routes to take and things to experiment with. In other words, these are novelties that make most Sonic games work. Aside from designated missions, most of the time you're able to freely switch between playstyles in the form of characters, that being ring-dashing Sonic and Amy, flying Tails and Cream, and gliding and climbing Knuckles and Rouge. There's a good enough of balance here, combined with amusing enough boss fights. The soundtrack is sadly lackluster, save for the opening and menu themes, and the occasional ambient song you'll get, which would have actually been quite welcomed if every level featured that style of music. Sonic Dream Team is a good proving ground for the developers in terms of crafting a fully functional Sonic experience, but I couldn't even begin to imagine tackling later levels using touchscreen controls due to precision needed with platforming and rails. It's a breezy time if the setup is right, and possibly a nightmare if not.